Guy comes in, buys a box of Ivory Flakes and a sixer of Old Style. He pays with a couple bucks and this. Second I see it, I know what it is. It's a George Washington silver. I tell my dad, Pop, this quarter is rare. It's worth $4. Barely get the words out of my mouth, he hightails it out of here to give it back.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and explaining the origins of why Jimmy McGill ever became Slippin Jimmy in the TV show Better Call Saul. Now this will be explaining the backstory of Jimmy a little bit more as we analyze what exactly caused him to be the con man that he was. With that being said, warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to season 3 episode 8, and let's jump right into this. Alright, so at the beginning of episode 308, we see a flashback of Jimmy and Marco breaking into an abandoned corner store that used to be run by Jimmy's parents, his father mainly. Now I assume that this was during Jimmy's week in Cicero right before Marco died, but anyways, Jimmy starts explaining his opinions to Marco about how he saw his dad for being an easy pushover. He thought his dad had so much potential, and that it was all wasted putting time into the store. Marco argues that everyone knew his father and that they all loved him, but Jimmy just thinks that it's because everyone loved to use him.
It's a crying shame they lost this place.
They never should have bought it in the first place. My dad didn't have it in him.
What do you mean? Your folks worked so hard.
Yeah, they worked hard. They worked a lot of hours for a lot of years for nothing.
I don't know, Jimmy. You know, a lot of customers, everybody liked him.
Everybody liked him because he was a soft touch. You know? Every deadbeat in the neighborhood owed him money. You come in here with a sob story, you leave with a pat on the back and a gallon of milk.
Jimmy's father is about the most polite and considerate human being I've ever heard of, but he was definitely too gullible for his own good. As Jimmy explains a story about how far his dad went to try and return a special coin to a customer who paid with it, Jimmy couldn't believe the lengths to which his father went to return the coin, and so Jimmy just ended up making it disappear eventually. Jimmy's father wanted nothing more in life than to own a simple shop and make people happy, but people just took advantage of him constantly. Jimmy felt ashamed that his father wouldn't believe people were conning him, as he always considered the possibility of them telling the truth. He was too gullible and kind to ever stand up to anyone trying to use him, and I feel like Jimmy's father would even want to help people if they were being assholes. Jimmy explains that his disappointment in his father's choices led him to start stealing from their cash register, and thus Slippin Jimmy was born, and we can actually see that happen during an older flashback. It's tragic to think that Jimmy turned into the thing that his dad could never see through, a con man. And speaking of which, that perfectly explains another reason why Jimmy's parents could never believe that he was a thief. So during the flashback that shows Jimmy as a kid in his store, we actually watch a con man convince Jimmy's dad to give him money. The man told Jimmy that there are sheep and wolves in this world and that he should decide what he's going to be. We obviously know what Jimmy chose, and ever since he's been trying to convince himself that he's morally correct for doing so. Now I believe that Jimmy didn't actually steal the full $14,000 that was missing from his father's store, and that it was actually mostly just due to his father being a soft touch. Yes, Jimmy probably stole $1,000 to $2,000 himself, but my point is that Chuck believes that Jimmy took more than he actually did. I guess after seeing his dad get conned so many times with the con man getting away each time, Jimmy realized that he never wanted to get tricked like his father, and if his father is just going to be giving money away regardless, Jimmy said, well, I might as well take some. And you know, what Jimmy did is still wrong by all means, but at least we see a little bit more from his side of the story as to why he did it, what motivated him, and what evolved him to turn into Slippin Jimmy. Now, one final thing that I wanted to point out was the fact that the Band-Aid container Jimmy kept his coins in is actually seen in the flash forward during the very first episode of the show. When Gene goes into his box to get his old Saul Goodman commercials, you can actually see the Band-Aid container in the same box as well. So is there anything else in that Band-Aid container or that box in general? Will we be seeing more things arise in the future? I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, but what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know of your opinions down in the comment section below, and feel free to subscribe for future Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad content. That's pretty much it for this video though, guys, so I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
He can't find the guy, so he tapes it to the side of the register. He's hoping that this guy will come back so he can return it. After about a week, he starts talking about giving it to Father Mahoney for the poor box, so I make it disappear. And after that, every day after school, I'm checking the till, you know, something catches my eye, stick it in the box, put it up there for good luck. So much for good luck.